Welcome back to Area DMG. I'm your host, Hope Wesley, the Mile High Mouth, and for today's episode of, well, Radio DMG slash Area DMG. Here's what we're doing this time. Last time I set up the microphone, I did all this stuff, and that's a bit of a pain to set up. And I was wondering, okay, I don't want people to not download the episode, and I don't want people to not watch the video. So here's what I'm going to do. Part of Area DMG, this thing that you're watching here, will be different from the Radio DMG version of the same episode. In short, in this part here, I'm going to introduce what our content is today, which is the interview that we did with Cristina Vee over at Colorado Anime Fest 2016. And I'm going to read off the nominees for our, quote, Gold Thingy Awards, because that's the only award show that matters. And then there's going to be additional content in the Radio DMG episode along with that interview with Cristina Vee. So our main feature will be the same between video and radio show, but the radio content bookending those will be different. I know people are like, wait, what about the streaming version of the the full Radio DMG thing? We'll not do that this time around, sorry. What I'll do is you can download it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to list off our nominees for our Gold Thingy Awards because it's the only award show that actually matters. That's why we wait until all the other award shows get all of their junk out of the way. And guess what? Leonardo DiCaprio is not getting any of these. Sorry. So whatever. Anyways, we don't have to worry about diversity with these. We don't have to worry about all that junk that has to do with reward shows, because I'm just going to read off the nominees for our categories, and then if you're listening to Radio DMG, which you should be, you'll get to hear the results in that one. And we'll cover my thoughts on the Nintendo Directs that we did not cover on Area DMG in that Radio DMG. So that Radio DMG episode will have talk about the Nintendo Directs. That would be the Pokemon Direct, and then the most recent one, the interview with Cristina Vee, and then the results for our Gold Thingy Awards. This will have the nominees for the Gold Thingies, and the interview with Cristina Vee. Okay. Gold Thingies this year will be 3DS centric because there wasn't anything for mobile or Vita that was worth my time. Or yours. Sorry. I mean, there might be a few that might be kind of worth your time, like Danganronpa or whatever, but seriously, you can't have an award show for games if you don't have games. Just a thing. Anyways, our categories are actually the best old 3DS game of 2015, and the best new 3DS game in 2015, best music in a new 3DS game in 2015, best DLC support, best new character, best new villain, and best virtual console release. Those are our categories. Now that first category, best old 3DS game 2015, is for when there's a port of something. In fact, here are our nominees. The Legend of Zelda Majora's Mask 3D, Xenoblade Chronicles 3D. Oh, this has to do with ones that were released in the United States in 2015. 3D Gunstar Heroes, 3D Classic Sonic the Hedgehog 2, 3D Classic Streets of Rage 2, Etrian Odyssey 2 Untold The Fafnir Night, and Dementium Remastered. For Best New Game of 3DS Game of 2015, those are ones that are original properties or brand new for that year. Let's see, SteamWorld Heist, Stella Glow, Lord of Magna Made in Heaven, Box Boy, Yokai Watch, Monster Hunter 4 Ultimate, The Binding of Isaac Rebirth, Codename Steam, Ironfall Invasion, Gunman Clive 2, and Stretchmo. For Best Music in a new 3DS game in 2015, we have our nominees are Stella Glow, SteamWorld Heist, Lord of Magna Made in Heaven, Ollie Ollie, and Gunman Clive 2. For Best DLC support, we have Badges, Nintendo Badge Arcade, Characters, Stages, and Costumes, Super Smash Bros. For the Nintendo 3DS, Plague of Shadows for Shovel Knight, and the deluxe content version of Whoa Dave. For Best New Character, we have our nominees are Lottie from Animal Crossing Happy Home Designer, Jinbanyan from Yokai Watch, Kyubi from Box Boy, the Badge Arcade Bunny, also known as Baito, from Nintendo Badge Arcade, Baito, sorry, Captain Piper from SteamWorld Heist, Billy from SteamWorld Heist, and Chieftain Bob from Gunman Clive 2. For the Best New Villain, we have Kaiser from Lord of Magna Made in Heaven, the Witch from The Legend of Zelda Triforce Heroes, the Red Queen from SteamWorld Heist, and Horrific Gambling Addictions for Nintendo Badge Arcade. I know people who spent hundreds of dollars on that thing. It's terrifying to me that happens. Anyways, Best Virtual Console Release. We only have 4 nominees for this one, and they are, because we thought the whole Donkey Kong Land series, which was released last year, not really worth it for this. But those will be Game & Watch Gallery 3, Lufia, The Legend Returns, Adventures of Lolo, and Bionic Commando Elite Forces. We will have the winners in each of these categories announced in the audio version of Radio DMG, along with additional content, so check out radiodmg.com for that additional content. Until then, go ahead and check out this interview that we did with Cristina Vee at Colorado Anime Fest 2016. Welcome back to Radio DMG. I'm your host, Philip Wesley, the Mile High Mouth, and I'm over here at Colorado Anime Fest 2016 with
Cristina Vee!
So, just in case our audience isn't familiar with who you are and what you do, who are you and what do you do?
I'm a voiceover actor. I voice Shantae and Shantae, Io Akiyama in K-On!, Homura Kemi, Madoka Magica, Kotori Minami in Love Live, Ladybug in Miraculous Ladybug, Sailor Moon and Sailor Mars and Sailor Moon, and a bunch of stuff like that.
So, a lot of voice acting in video games.
Yep.
Do you do anything else other than voice acting in video games?
I'm a fan of eating and sleeping, and also reading books. Oh, are you talking about like work-wise?
Oh, that too.
That's been pretty much my focus. I've done some audiobooks as well, but that was an accident.
It's okay. So, what books are you into currently?
Right now I've been reading a lot of Lisa C. and Amy Tan books, but I am a fan of, I think my favorite book that I read last year was Carry On by Rainbow Rowell. Have you heard of it?
Actually, I haven't yet.
It's like Harry Potter, except Harry and Malfoy are gay.
Oh.
And it's the best.
So kind of like yaoi / fiction for
But you know, it's not really, it's not like for adults or anything. It's not really yaoi either. It's just this. It's just really well written. I mean, it was the best book that I read last year, and yeah, it's really good. So if you like Harry Potter, if you like books, if you like life, you should just pick up that book because it is great.
So, what do you think of Colorado Anime Fest so far?
It's great. It's really well run, and there haven't been any hiccups or anything like that. I mean, we got here and everybody's really professional, and it's just been a really good time. Really thirsty up here.
I know. There's all sorts of like. Make sure you're drinking your water and your tea and stuff.
I'm drinking my energy drinks.
Oh, what type?
Starbucks refreshers.
Ah. Yeah. Just like the whole. Just add like powder to water and stuff. Things, right? Or
this one's like in a can.
Oh, that one's in a can.
But I have seen those too. But.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Kind of like the Via ones too. They sell.
So that's how I get by.
Oh.
Convention weekends.
So, what sparked your interest in voice acting or so?
I grew up watching anime and playing video games. I mean, everybody does, but when I was a kid, there wasn't any voice acting in games except for the, Street Fighter, those really crunchy, muffled voices. Yeah. So that was the extent of voice acting in video games when I grew up. And it's been pretty cool to see that kind of evolve over the years, and that you get to be a part of so many JRPGs and such as the industry's growing. I don't know exactly why I love voiceover acting. It's such a specific field, I guess. But I don't know. I just knew that that's what I wanted to be when I was a kid. Watching Sailor Moon, especially, that was the job that I wanted.
So, if you didn't have voice acting for video games and anime, what type of job do you think you'd have?
Oh, I don't know. Maybe I'd take care of animals. What would I do, Tracy? what would my job be if I wasn't a voice actor? It's hard, right? Because it's been like more than half my life. Can I manage a restaurant? I think I'd be
Like
manager.
like a physical version of that game Diner Dash or something, right?
Yeah. Okay, I could do that, but it would definitely have to be freelance or some work that I can set my own schedule. I've had normal jobs in the past, in addition to voice acting, and I'd rather work on my own terms. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because like having a boss sometimes is just terrible. There's those deadlines and such. It's just one of those things where you're just like, you gotta do what you want to do.
Yeah.
Be free.
Yep, I agree.
But if you had to manage a restaurant, apparently, because apparently that's what alternate world Cristina Vee does for a living.
Yeah.
So do you cook or anything?
No.
No? Oh, no. It's gonna
Maybe
be
I
this.
wouldn't be a good restaurant manager.
Oh,
either.
no.
Okay, I also like animals a lot. Maybe I would be an animal rescuer. Or I always joked around that I would go to New Zealand and farm kiwis. But then I went to New Zealand last year and I found out what that means is farming fruit and not the birds, which changes things substantially. So that's not going to happen.
Yeah, they're no fun as fruit.
No, has to be the bird.
So, have you gotten to check out some of Colorado yet?
So far, we've only been like down to Northfield a couple times, and I've been here in the past. Though we went up to Red Rocks last time. This was years ago, of course. What else? So that's pretty much all I've seen. I want to go down to Cliff Palace. I know it's not in this area precisely, but it looks really interesting.
Yeah, eventually they'll probably drag you to Casa Bonita. They do that a lot.
See, that's what I keep saying. But we gotta go, so we're gonna go after this. But like half the people I talk to say, "Yeah, you should go. It's fun," and the other half are like, "No." What do you think?
Well, my opinion on it is I haven't gone yet, and I live here. I know it's terrible. We will eventually.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's eventually something I gotta do.
What do people say to you about it?
Why haven't you gone yet? And you're not really from Colorado yet or you're not really here until you've done that.
Have you lived here your whole life?
No.
Okay.
Absolutely not.
That makes sense.
So, I noticed also you do singing, you do writing and such. Where do you draw inspiration when you're writing or like for example you did writing on Skullgirls.
I did the directing.
The directing on Skullgirls. So you directed the other voice actors or so, or just the?
Yes, the voice. Oh, sorry, I should clarify. I did the voiceover direction and producing. So it's my job for everything voiceover related: the scheduling, booking the studio, booking the actors, casting the actors, directing the actors. I did all that, which I found out that people don't really do that. Usually that's like a 3 or 4 person job.
Oh no.
But but it was good because I got to be fill in all those shoes, and I was really young when I started doing that. So it was a good life lessons, and I've gotten to direct a lot more after that, and yeah, it's been really good. I'm glad I had that experience.
Are you working on their new project?
Indivisible?
Yes.
Yes. I did the voiceover producing for the demo version, and I got to play Razmi in that. But when it comes to the actual game, we're going to recast everybody. Not because they weren't amazing, but that was the plan from the start, was to get actors who were very diverse in their ethnicities to match kind of the East Asian feel. We want to try to find actors who now live here or who are from that region. So wish us luck. Yeah, so that's really exciting.
And that was on Kickstarter too, wasn't it?
Yes.
So what's it like working on a Kickstarter project? Like
I'm really lucky that my involvement was pretty, I don't want to say minimal, because what I did was I would just help promote through social media, and I would help provide backer rewards for the voiceover end, so like the voicemails and things like that. I would coordinate with the actors that here are the people who paid, this is what they want. But, it's really hard. We got really lucky with Skullgirls, and because at first when the Kickstarter goes live, you're just really hoping that it gets funded. But after that, it's really kind of scary. You want to see the project succeed. So I think I've been a part of 3 major Kickstarters so far, including Shantae, because that was the project that I worked on. So.
Disclosure, we backed that project. Shantae Half Genie Hero.
Awesome! I can't wait. It should be coming out soon, right?
Oh yeah, hopefully.
I hope so.
I think we bought it on the Wii U.
Nice.
But they'll probably send it to me on the PS4. Of course, we're gonna as well. We will definitely be reviewing that one.
I want to play it once it gets onto the DS.
Oh yeah, that would be good. What were the so there's Shantae Half Genie Hero. Skullgirls was a Kickstarted one too, right? If I remember correctly, and then Indivisible.
Yes.
Any more of those in your future?
Yes.
Nothing you can disclose though, right?
Yeah, I have one coming out that again, voiceover producer for a new anime coming out soon. So that'll be announced probably on Monday. So today
on President's
is Saturday.
Day.
Yeah, I guess so.
It's not Italia related, is it?
No.
No, that would be. I mean, it makes sense.
Yeah, I don't think Italia needs any funding. I think that Funimation probably has that. Yeah.
So, what's your favorite part of this convention so far?
I think my favorite part of any convention is signing autographs. I like to see what people bring, the projects that, because it feels like different states, really, there are different, I can't think. Different shows are more popular in certain states, so it's always really fun to see what people bring. This convention, it was Miraculous Ladybug, which is a new show. A lot of people came through mine for that show.
Which is kind of surprising because it's not technically like Japanese anime. That one's made in Korea, isn't it?
No, it's French.
Oh, French.
It's French.
Oh, so it's kind of like Oban Star Racers in that regard?
I'm not sure what... I've never seen.
Oh, that's an older one. Like, that was... or Wakaba or something like that. Wakfu?
Yeah, it's like Wakfu.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah.
Yeah, I've only seen like one episode of that so far. I couldn't figure out what channel it was on.
Oh, okay. Nickelodeon.
Ah, excellent. So, anyways, you're talking about how each individual convention brings in like a different kind of energy. People, are more excited about one show than another, et cetera, et cetera.
Yes.
Speaking about that energy that goes into the conventions, I've noticed at a lot of conventions when people are here, they're all over the place. They're happy and smiling. There's really energetic.
Mm-hmm.
Now, what happens though, I've noticed with a lot of conventions, is once people leave that convention, all that energy just seems to like drain out of them as they go into their normal humdrum routine of everyday life at school or work and dealing with like family or other people.
Yeah.
Do you have any suggestions on how people can take that energy from these conventions, that energy and drive, and apply that to helping them deal with their everyday life?
Oh, that's a good question. Because I definitely, it's called the post-con blues, and there have been several occasions where I felt that. Oh gosh, this is really difficult. It's, I think it's okay to feel a little bit sad sometimes. And I think when it comes to conventions, it's definitely a really fun, good environment. I would say you have to try to create that in your everyday life, that sense of community and fun and excitement. And maybe if your day job isn't cutting it for you, maybe it's time to find something that appeals more to your creative side. So yeah, but I definitely know what you're talking about.
There's also another side of that question where, like I've noticed also with a lot of people who go to anime conventions and such, some of these people are bullied in their everyday lives. What is your suggestion for how they could deal with that?
With bullying? Oh, that's a big question. Well, here's the thing. I've been bullied as a kid, even in a certain degree as an adult, and it's really about the kind of person that you are. The ones who are really caring and kind and really creative tend to be picked on, but it's really important to remember that anything that they have, any problem that they have with you, it's all a reflection of either their own insecurities or their lack of feeling. Sometimes that's really it. So it's really important to build your own little community of friends who you can trust and love, and keep your family close. And if there is a bully in your life, the sad truth is that they're all cowards, really. So if you can stand up to them, they will usually stop. And I know that's really scary, but it's true. But I just say to remember that it's not anything you have done. It's not your fault. It's just there are people in the world who that's just what they do. They try to drag other people down. So yeah, cling on to the people that you love, and make sure that they'll be there for you if you have a hard time like that.
And bullying is a bit of a social disease. We actually have some charities here at Colorado Anime Fest that are dealing with ALS, which is a physical disease, and a terrible one at that. Are there any charities that you're currently supporting, or?
I support my local church and also the Pasadena Humane Animal Society. What is it called? Pasadena Animal Society? Humane Society. They are a shelter, and they're no kill shelter. Right. So yeah, I really enjoy going there and just hanging out with the dogs, and that's where my contributions go at the end of the year.
And you have a dog yourself?
Yep, I have a corgi.
And what's your corgi's name again?
Gallifrey Happiness Pleiades Hamshank Francesca La Hops Parkin.
That is a long name.
It's gonna keep getting longer too.
Yeah, we just have a cat named Soup.
I love it! What kind of cat?
Oh, a calico. She's a calico.
Oh, yay! I have a cat too. I don't talk about her as often. I feel bad.
Oh no. Well, what's her name?
Her name is Weege.
Weege?
Yeah.
Like Luigi, or? Oh.
Like, no. It means, Weejo means cat in my boyfriend's tribe's native language. So you're like, oh, let's name it Cat.
That is awesome. Cat named Cat.
So Weejo, and she's great. She's not a very friendly cat, but she does like us, which is good. So yeah.
Well, before we get going, is there anything else you'd like to talk about or promote? Like anything you want to pimp?
Yes. Watch Ladybug. Check out my new Kickstarter coming out on Tuesday or Monday, one of those days, and continue supporting Sailor Moon.
Oh, what's the Kickstarter?
I can't say.
Oh, but we'll find out.
Yeah.
So people should follow you on Twitter or YouTube or Facebook or something to find out about it, huh?
Yes, at Cristina Vee, no H in my name, VEE, and Facebook. I have a fan page, which is really cool. I kind of I post interviews in there and stuff sometime. So that's Cristina Vee's Magical Crusaders on Facebook. And I also have a fan page. I have a lot of pages. So like them all. Thanks, guys.
Excellent. Thank you very much for the interview.
Thank you.
I've been your host, Hope Wesley, the Mile High Mouth, and I've been here at Colorado Anime Fest 2016 with
Cristina Vee.
And until the next episode comes out, you are now caught up.
Welcome back to Area DMG. I hope you enjoyed that particular interview. And that pretty much wraps this up for this episode of Area DMG's Radio DMG presentation. If you want to check out the additional content, like our thoughts on the Nintendo Direct, or rather my thoughts about the Nintendo Directs, the winners of the 2015 Gold Thingy Awards, and maybe you just want to hear that interview again, check out radiodmg.com. Also, check us out on Twitter and Instagram and Facebook and all sorts of stuff. We're on social media right now, and it's the best way to keep it track of what's happening. Bookmark dmgice.com. If you like this episode, or if you want us to do full episodes again with our Area DMG Radio DMG streaming, go ahead and comment below and let us know. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. Oh, and we are covering Starfest this weekend, so look out for lots of content related to that. And until the next video comes out, you are now caught up.